KSMO Salem.
At KSMO Radio, 1340 in the noon hour. Let's take a look at our forecast. It does call for clouds to thicken as the day goes on, but it's going to be a very nice day. 72 for a high, with winds coming out of the west and moving to the north by the end of the daylight part of our day. Winds could gust up to 15 to 20 miles an hour. By tonight, it'll be cloudy through the early evening. Then late tonight, it'll start to clear back out with a low of 29. Winds will be northerly, 5 to 10, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Sunshine is expected Wednesday, the high of 53. We will have north winds at 5 to 10, becoming light and variable by the afternoon. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, low of 29. Winds should be light. Then clouds will come pretty much dominant Thursday with a high of 51 with southeasterly winds 5 to 10. More clouds Thursday night, low of 34. A little bit of sunshine by the afternoon on Friday, and a high of 52 with a chance of rain developing Friday night after midnight, cloudy, low of 35. And then Saturday, take the umbrella with you, cloudy with showers likely, high of 50 and a low Saturday night of 36, again with more rain on the way. And then showers again on Sunday early, then sunny with a high of 53 degrees. Currently here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, 74. Winds out of the west at 12, 46% relative humidity. We'll call it partly cloudy skies here at KSMO. Coming your way next, it's our Brownfield commentary and livestock report. Next, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Now the Brownfield commentary and livestock report right here on KSMO Media.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield, and this is my 2 cents. The idea of a Year of the Woman Farmer makes a bold headline. But the truth is, women have always been farmers. Long before statistics, awards, or media recognition, women worked alongside men in the fields, barns, and kitchens, running households, raising livestock, planting crops, and keeping the farm running through every season. Their labor was often quiet, unseen, but no less essential. From sunrise to sunset, women have been the backbone of agriculture. They've repaired fences, milked cows, tended gardens, and balanced school schedules, community commitments, and the endless demands of farming. They've carried knowledge from generation to generation, how to care for animals, rotate crops, preserve food, and manage the rhythm of living in rural America. Calling attention to women farmers today is important. Recognition shines a light on their expertise, innovation, and leadership, especially in a world where farming is often portrayed as all male. But it should also be a reminder. Women didn't just step onto the farm stage recently. They have always been there, helping to shape the land, the crops, and the communities in which they live. Celebrating women in agriculture isn't new. It's long overdue acknowledgement of the countless women whose sweat, skill, and determination built the farms and the ranches we depend on today. They've been farming all along, quietly, capably, and without fanfare. I'm Cindy Young with Brownfield. That's my 2 cents.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned.
My victory is getting my life back.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Choosing the right residual herbicide can feel like you need a map. Too many choices, too many claims that never quite hold up. Enough is enough. Zidua brand herbicides from BASF make the choice easy. It sets the standard for longer-lasting weed control, giving up to 2 more weeks of protection than competitors. When you have a Ziduation in your soybean fields, Zidua brand herbicides deliver new solutions to meet your evolving needs. Make the lasting choice and talk to your retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
The foundation is set.
Missouri knocks off the #1 team in the nation.
The frame is built.
On the run, Mitchell
for the flush, Missouri by 20.
And the Gates
The habits, the response to detail, the execution, all that stuff matters.
are open.
Drives right baseline to the rim, jams it as he hangs and got fouled.
This is your radio home for Mizzou basketball.
Cruz, here comes the three. Bang! He splashed it home.
The Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
A quiet start for direct cash cattle trade and cash hog business is underway. Hello, I'm Megan Grebner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. Direct cash cattle trade activity has been quiet. Bids and asking prices still aren't established. If business follows the trend of recent weeks, look for significant trade volume to take place sometime Thursday or Friday. Show lists for the week are mixed, higher in Texas and Kansas, and mostly steady in Nebraska and Colorado. At the China livestock market in Missouri, feeder steers weighing less than 600 pounds were mostly steady. Steers weighing more than 600 pounds were steady to $8 higher. Feeder heifers were all mostly $5 to $15 higher. Medium and large one feeder steer 651 to 677 pounds brought $431 to $442. Feeder steer 700 to 741 pounds brought $394.75 to $415. Medium and large one feeder heifer 650 to 688 pounds brought $370 to $404. Boxed beef was mixed at midday with solid and light demand for solid offerings. Choice up $224 at $370. Select was 82 cents lower at $364.53. Cash hogs had no comparison at midday with solid negotiated purchases. The cash hog market has struggled with consistency. Processors look to be a little more aggressive in their procurement efforts to start the day, but they have the leverage right now and are able to do business at the pace and price level they want. Demand remains a focal point, both globally and domestically. The industry is also monitoring the availability of market-ready hogs and hog weights. Both have been contributing to the uptick in available pork supplies. Barrows and Gilts at the National Daily Direct had a weighted average of 84.92. The Iowa, Minnesota, and the Western Corn Belt also had weighted averages of 84.92. Butcher hog prices at the Midwest cash markets were steady at midday at $64. At Illinois, slaughter-sow prices were steady with moderate demand for moderate to heavy offerings at $47 to $59. Barrows and Gilts were steady with moderate demand for moderate offerings at $45 to $55. And pork values were higher at midday, up 57 cents at $96.40. Hams and picnics were both sharply higher. Bellies and butts were up, while ribs and loins were lower to sharply lower. I'm Megan Grebner, Brownfield Ag News.
Mental health affects us all. It doesn't discriminate based on age, gender, or background. It's a universal experience that touches every aspect of our lives. If you're struggling, don't suffer in silence. Reach out to 988. They're here to listen, to support, and to guide you on your journey towards healing. You're not alone. Call 988. Your mental health matters. 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, Missouri.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
That has been the Brownfield Livestock and, of course, commentary right here on KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Thanks for being along with us here at your hometown radio source. And now it's time for a look at our updated funeral announcements brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. 4 pages of news you can use, and it's absolutely free with locations in Bunker and Salem distributing Your World Today. You can also check it out online at KSMORadio.com and click on the Your World Today button. Your World Today. Barbara Ann Kramer of Steelville passed away Thursday at the age of 89. Graveside service for Barbara Ann Kramer will be held at 1 o'clock today at the Steelville Cemetery in Steelville. Interment will be in the Steelville Cemetery, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the Britton Bennett Funeral Home of Steelville for Barbara Ann Kramer, whose graveside services will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Steelville Cemetery. William Cecil Quick of Salem passed away Sunday, February 8th at the age of 63. Funeral services for Cecil Quick will be held 11 o'clock Wednesday morning at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with visitation Wednesday from 10 until service time. A private burial will be held at a later date at the Round Pond Church. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for William Cecil Quick, whose funeral services will be Wednesday morning at 11 at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Randy Lynn Land of Salem passed away Sunday in Salem at the age of 62. Graveside services for Randy Lynn Land will be held Saturday afternoon at 1 at the Mount Hermon Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made at the Salem Public Library or the Rolla Mission. Envelopes are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Randy Lynn Land, whose graveside services will be Saturday afternoon at 1 at the Mount Hermon Cemetery. And that's a look at our updated funeral announcements, brought to you as a courtesy of Your World Today. Remember to stop on by and pick one up in over 40 locations in Bunker as well as in Salem. Your World Today. 4 pages of news you can use every single day, and it's absolutely free and available online at KSMOradio.com. Your World Today. Local news coming your way shortly on KSMO Media.
This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale. There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
Good afternoon. Now time for a look at local news. Local news brought to you by the SBU Salem campus, providing quality higher education right here to the residents of Dent County and surrounding areas. You can stop by the SBU Salem campus today at 501 South Grand Street or call 573-729-7071 to find out more information about their degrees. SBU Salem, providing you with an outstanding collection of different educational opportunities. 573-729-7071. SBU Salem campus. Salem Board of Aldermen will hold a workshop at 5:30 and then a regular meeting at 6 at the City Hall Auditorium this evening, and both are open to the public. The board will discuss the old City Hall at the workshop. At the regular meeting, after the consent agenda is approved and public comments are heard, the board will review the net metering report, hear the Pentar engineering reports on the City of Salem water pumps number 1, 2, and 3, as well as other reports from Archer Elgin. The board will discuss the new water tower color, as well as talk about the creek mitigation and the walking bridge repair approval on the walking trail. The board will then hear bids on a construction crew cab utility bed truck before hearing the second reading of Bill number 3695 that would amend the current fiscal year annual budget for the City of Salem. The board will then hear the first and second readings of Bill number 3696, creating an ordinance concerning the change order for the Salem Wastewater Treatment Facility Phase 2 improvements, Bill number 3697, creating an ordinance approving the change order for the City of Salem Water System Elevated Storage Tank, and Bill number 3698, creating an ordinance for the change order number 3 on the City of Salem Water System Pitless Well Project. After reports from city officials, the Board of Aldermen will go into closed session. The workshop and the meeting in the City of Salem Board of Aldermen tonight are open to the public. Again, 5:30 the time of the workshop, 6 o'clock the time of the regular meeting. Dent County Commission met Monday morning at the courthouse. Dent County Treasurer Danita Williams gave the sales tax receipts report for February. She stated the general revenue and law enforcement sales tax funds each received $98,718.40, and year-to-date those funds are $13,851.22 over the total collected through February of 2025. That's about a 7.6% increase. The Road and Bridge Fund received $49,359.19 in February, and that fund is up year-to-date $13,368.41 from the same time last year, which is about a 15.7% increase. Williams reported both jail funds received $99,139.52, and year-to-date those funds are each up $26,677.14 over what was received through February of 2025. In the road report, District 1 Commissioner Keith Green said grading will try to be done on Dent County Roads 4210 and 6090, with some rock being added to County Road 6090 as needed. He also stated that a crew would be out patching potholes in chip and seal roads with the ultimate paving material were needed. District 2 Commissioner Jimmy Williams reported some of his crew will also be checking chip and seal roads for potholes and filling them with the UPM. Williams went on to say some of his workers will be washing the trucks and road equipment to remove the salt. Presiding Commissioner Gary Larson said he'll be attending the Transportation Advisory Committee meeting Wednesday at 4:30, as well as the MRPC regular meeting around 7:30 on Wednesday. Those meetings were moved up from Thursday due to Lincoln's birthday. Dent County Clerk Angie Curley said the excused absentee voting will begin on February 24th at the courthouse. There'll be no commissioner meeting on Thursday due to Lincoln's birthday and no meeting on Monday due to President's Day. The next meeting of the Dent County Commissioners will be Thursday morning, the 19th of February at the courthouse at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that meeting will be open to the public. The Dent County Fire Protection District Board of Directors will be meeting this evening at 6 at the Fire Station, number 2 South Main. After the call to order and roll call will be the approval of the consent agenda, which will include reviews of previous meeting minutes, financial report, the approval of bills, plus the budget review. In old business, the board will address the junior firefighter program, Fidelity CTI tower lease, and the chief spending limit. In new business, the board will consider the Red Knights Club and meet with Ben Percival. Chief Thomas will give his report, which will include the monthly reimbursement report, followed by the setting of the date for the next meeting, as well as going to closed session if needed before they adjourn. The regular meeting of the Dent County Fire Protection District Board of Directors is tonight at 6. It's open to the public. Missouri State Highway Patrol, in conjunction with the American Legion, is now accepting applications for the 54th Cadet Patrol Academy. The joint program between the Missouri State Highway Patrol and the American Legion is looking for young men and women aged 16 to 18 to join the 54th Cadet Patrol Academy for the 2026 class. The week-long class begins June 7th and gives students an opportunity to gain hands-on experience and an understanding of law enforcement. Additionally, students can explore difficult career paths and different ones as well within the patrol. The cadets will spend the week mirroring the work recruits to do recruits during the patrol academy. A graduation ceremony will be held for the participants on Friday, June the 12th. Students who apply must have a GPA of 2.0 or higher, be of good moral character, have a valid driver's license or permit, turn 16 prior to April 1st, and have an interest in pursuing a career in the criminal justice system. Those interested may obtain an application from their local American Legion post. Questions regarding the Cadet Patrol Academy can be directed to Corporal Michael Halling at 573-522-7650. And if you're a parent of an 8th grader and your student is not currently enrolled in Salem R80 School District, but you plan to attend the Salem High School for the 2026-2027 school year, the pre-enrollment day is tomorrow. Pre-enrollment is an important first step because it allows the school to officially enter your student into their system. This helps the high school build accurate class schedules, create student profiles, plan courses, staffing, and support services. Getting your student pre-enrolled early ensures a smoother transition to high school and helps the school best prepare for your child's success. Pre-enrollment day is Wednesday, 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening at the Salem High School Library. And again, if you are a parent of an 8th grader in one of the rural schools and your student is not currently enrolled in the R80 school district, but you plan on having them in for 9th grade at the Salem High School, again, pre-enrollment day is tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening at the Salem High School Library. More after this.
Do you know who some of the most avid readers of Cardinals Magazine are? It's Cardinal alumni. Our former players tell me time and again that Cardinals Magazine is one of their favorite ways to stay connected to the birds on the bat.
And you know, Ricky, I've heard the same thing. They feel like they're still coming to the ballpark each day when they're enjoying the impressive lineup of feature stories in every issue of Cardinals Magazine.
Cardinals Magazine helps you really get to know the current players, not only their stories in uniform, but who they are off the field and how they got to where they are.
And it doesn't stop with the stories on current players. No one does a better job giving fans a truer picture of everything happening on the field, inside the ballpark, and all over Cardinals Nation. Even stories on our Cardinals alumni.
Join our former players who enjoy the classic coverage of Cardinals Magazine. Subscribe for yourself and your favorite fan at cardinals.com/magazine or 314-345-9000.
Cardinals Magazine. It's all here.
Let's take a look at some local sports news brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Media. Leah Schmidt scored 25 points to lead the Cuba Lady Basketball Wildcats past the Salem Lady Tigers Monday night at the SHS Gym, 62-41. Cuba doubled up a close game after one quarter by outscoring Salem 28-13 in the second quarter, and the Lady Tigers could never recover. Paisley May led the Salem Lady Tigers with 10 points. Salem has now lost 4 straight games, and they fall to 9-11 on the season. They'll host the Steelville Lady Cardinals Thursday night around 6:15 at the SHS Gym. Willow Springs Bears will be in Salem tonight to face the Salem Boys Basketball Tigers in SCA Conference play. That'll start with the JV game at 6, followed by the varsity game right around 7:30. Salem Varsity Tigers enter the game with a 14-7 record, while the Bears are 13-9. Salem is 3-0 in the SCA Conference, while the Bears are 2-1. The game can be heard on KSMO Radio, starting with Tiger Talk coach Jared Patterson around 7:15, and video streamed on KSMO Media. That's KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook page, and KSMO YouTube page. Kenzie Martin scored 31 points to lead the Bunker Lady Eagles past the Mountain View Liberty Lady Eagles Monday night at Bunker, 71-45 on senior night. Kira Turnbow netted 15 points, and Haley Turnbow added 14 more in the win as the Lady Eagles improved to 18-2 on the year. They'll be at Lesterville today at 5. Owen Sanders' last-second three-pointer hit the rim, then bounced away as the Bunker Eagles fell for the first time this season to the Mountain View Liberty Eagles Monday night at Bunker, 59-58 on senior night. Liberty outscored Bunker in the second half, 38-27, to send the Eagles to their first loss, and they are 21-1 on the season. Brendan Malloy scored 35 points in the loss, and Cheaton Calzado added 12 more. The Eagles will play Saturday at 4:30 in the People's Community Bank Shootout against St. Vincent, who is 15-5 on the year. Now we have more sports news coming your way next from the Missouri Net right here on KSMO Media.
Nut Sports. I'm Bill Pollock. The U.S. women's hockey team faces Canada later today in their final preliminary round game at the Winter Olympics. Team USA is 3-0 after a 5-0 win over Switzerland. In that game, Joy Dunn, a native of O'Fallon, scored a goal and added 2 assists. The Missouri native has scored 2 goals in this tournament so far, as the U.S. has outscored opponents 15-1. Canada is 2-0. Now, the U.S. is 3-7 all-time against Canada in Olympic play, including 2 gold medals, but Canada won the gold in 2022. They're going to get that game started. The puck will drop at 1:10. The St. Louis Billikens men's basketball team moved up one more spot to 18th in the latest AP Top 25 and climbed to 19 in the coaches poll. The Bills are 23-1 on the season with the nation's third longest winning streak at 17 games. SLU beat Davidson on the road and LaSalle at home last week. SLU will play their only game this week Friday at Loyola Chicago with a 7:30 tip on ESPN2. The Chiefs are optimistic they could get their star tight end back next season. NFL Network reports Kansas City has been in contact with Travis Kelce about a possible return for a 14th year. The two sides expected to reconnect soon to see if there's a path forward that works for everyone. The 36-year-old Kelce has not made a final decision on his future. And the Raiders hired Clint Kubiak as their next head coach, the Seattle offensive coordinator, fresh off a Super Bowl 60 win. The Raiders finished 3 games behind the Chiefs with a 3-14 record. He becomes the Raiders' 5th full-time head coach since 2021. Game number 24 for the Mizzou Tigers come up tomorrow. They hit the road to face Texas A&M. A&M is in a 2-way tie for 3rd in the SEC. Mizzou in a 4-way tie for 5th place in the conference. Mizzou has won 2 straight. They'll take on the Aggies at 8 o'clock tomorrow on the SEC Network. And Royals pitchers and catchers report tomorrow. Cardinals get their group started Thursday. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, Get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Tell your friends about us.
The best radio station I ever heard in my entire life.
KSMO.
Our forecast in this noon hour is still calling for clouds to thicken as the day goes on. We're going to have a very nice day temperature-wise up into the low 70s, maybe even hitting the mid-70s. We're right there about now. We do have winds that are out of the west at about 10 to 12 miles an hour, and they will continue to move toward the north, already starting to shift that way, and could gust up to 15 to 20. Clouds during the early evening tonight, then late tonight, we'll start to see them clear back out. We'll have a low near 29 with winds out of the north at 5 to 10, gusting as high as 15 to 20. For Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, but much cooler than today. High of 53 with a north breeze at 5 to 10, becoming light and variable by the afternoon. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, low again near 29 with light winds. Cloudy on Thursday at a high of 51 with a southeasterly breeze. Clouds will still be present Thursday night at a low of 34, but clearing out late overnight into the early morning hours of Friday. We'll still have a few clouds hanging around, but it will be partly sunny most of the day Friday, and a high of 52 before clouds roll back in late Friday afternoon. And by Friday night, we'll have a chance of showers developing after midnight, a low of 35, and rain is likely on Saturday. Cloudy all day and a high about 50 degrees. Currently here at KSMO Radio, we're going to call it 74. With a wind out of the west-northwest, 12 miles an hour, 44% relative humidity. As skies, we're still going to call it partly cloudy here at KSMO Radio. We invite you to stay right here for statewide news coming up next from the Missouri Net. We'll also have for you our crossover music in the 1 o'clock hour. Don't forget we have Salem Tiger basketball tonight right here on KSMO Media, your hometown radio station. We'll have more Salem Tiger basketball Thursday and Friday. Doubleheader on Thursday with girls and boys against Steelville. And then on Friday, the boys will be taking on the Thayer Bobcats. So a full week of basketball action right here on KSMO Media. Keep it right here, 1340 AM and 95.7 FM, as we head to statewide news up next from the Missouri Net.
Missouri Net News, I'm Matt Pilger. Missouri House Speaker Pro Tem Chad Perkins wants to create a new Missouri Motor Vehicle Commission to handle motor vehicle licensing and oversight. The Republican from Bowling Green says this was actually the idea of the Missouri Auto Dealers Association.
Doctors hand out discipline for other doctors in Missouri. The Car Dealers Association, they wanted to do the same thing.
The Missouri House of Representatives has endorsed a plan that would bolster screening requirements for gifted students. Elisa Nelson reports.
St. Joseph State Representative Brenda Shields wants to require schools to provide screenings for all students at least once before third grade to identify high-achieving students.
A group of Festus residents in eastern Missouri is pushing for a special election to decide whether to ban large-scale data centers for the next 10 years. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch reports neighbors gathered more than 1,400 signatures after learning about a proposed 365-acre data center. This is Missouri Net.
At Missouri Farm Bureau Health Plans, your health is our commitment. That's why we provide high-quality health coverage at affordable rates to Missourians like you. And unlike other options, you can apply at any time throughout the year. From individual and family plans to dental vision coverage, our plan options are designed to meet your needs. Together we care, together we grow, together we thrive. Missouri Farm Bureau Health Plans. Plan on us. Visit us at mofbhealthplans.com and contact your agent today.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First, drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips. Because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Forecast for the afternoon does call for lots of cloud cover, but still a mild day today. We're going to be in the 70s most of the afternoon. Now, by late this afternoon, we'll start to drop back into the 60s as those winds continue to move toward the north. So be prepared for a change in temperature by later this afternoon. And for tonight, it'll be cloudy through the early evening. I'll probably say cloudy through most of the evening. By late tonight, we should start to see some clearing and a low of 29. Winds will be out of the north at 5 to 10 and gust up to 15 to 20. That low of 29 will not be until early morning Wednesday. Sunny on Wednesday and a high of only 53 compared to our 70-plus today. It's going to be a lot cooler with winds out of the north at 5 to 10, becoming light and variable with the afternoon. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, low of 29 with light winds. Cloudy Thursday, high of 51. With a southeasterly breeze 5 to 10. It'll be mostly cloudy Thursday night, low of 34. And then partly sunny on Friday with a high of 52. Clouding up Friday night with a chance of rain developing after midnight, low of 35. For Saturday, get that umbrella out. Showers are likely to occur off and on throughout the entire day. It'll be cloudy and a high of about 55 degrees.
KSMO Salem